So I think on Moodle, you saw this drawing here. Is a repetitive floor plan. The total area of this plan is 850 centimeters width and 1,265 centimeters large. The main point here is the ability to imagine the sections, section A and section B. So you can see here, these sections is projected below this floor plan. We have this section BB here and the section AA here. If I switch off dimension now. So here we have two sections, section B, which is this one, and section A, which is this one. You have to pay attention that this drawing units are centimeters. So if I cut here section B, what I see, I will see this. I will cut this wall here, which is this one. This is this wall cut in elevation. I will cut this wall, which is this one here. I will see this door here. When I cut and see in this direction, I will see this door. This is the door. Here we can see that two floors are in this building. So I see this door, which is this one. I cut this wall. I cut this wall. It seems that I have a window here, which is this one. So when I cut the wall, I cut it in this way, but here I have a window. So I can see the window here. What is this here? This is staircase. Staircase, as you see, when I start, some people. When I enter, this is the entrance of the building. I can see it in section AA. I enter from here. This is the entrance. I enter in this way. I have 4 steps here. I can see this is the 4 steps. I arrive to the first floor, the ground floor. Here is the ground floor. So I cut this wall, which is this one. Here I can see this door is appearing as projected element, but here it is cutted. The door, this wall, it is cutted from the top, but here it is just the door. So if I continue, I will see this door here, which is this one. This is the door. I see it well because I cut. I see in this way, in this direction. So I will see the door here, which is this one. Then I see the next door, which is this one. I cut this wall here, which is here, cut it. I continue. I cut the next wall, which is here. I see here it is WC ventilation area. I can see this window on this wall. So it is here. This is the window of WC or bathroom. So here, this window here, it is here, this window. So you have to get the ability to imagine these 2 sections. Next time, I will give you just the repetitive floor plan, and you have to draw these sections, or maybe the front view and side view. The aim of this drawing is the ability to produce sections and views in elevation. Here we have a plan, horizontal view. Here we have a vertical view, section A and section B. This is section B, this is section A. You have to pay attention to the alignment between these lines. So these will keep the same alignment here and here. If I take this drawing and rotate it, if I give the command rotate, or first I have to copy it. First, I have to copy it. I will make a copy. I take this plan, copy. Okay, this is the base point, for example. I will copy it and put it here on the same direction, same alignment. Okay, enter. So I just make a copy. If I rotate this copy, I will rotate it, rotate. The base point, it will be here, and the rotation angle, it is minus 90 degree, minus 90 degree. Enter. So I rotate it in this way. When I then move it from here to the same alignment as here. Here I can see that this section is aligned with this plan. If I make a construction line, here I go to draw construction line, I choose vertical construction line. So if I put a line here, another line here, for example, another line here, and here, also here. If I put this construction line, enter, I can see that this section is completely aligned with this plan. This is the wall, this is the door here. So here I can see it has some mistakes. So here it must be completely, it must arrive here. This line must arrive here. It's not correct. So I have to move it from here to here. Let's move this point to this point. So these door must be aligned completely with this opening here. Also that one, this door must be aligned here. The section of wall is here. So the alignment must be perfect. So I can delete this construction. So when you draw this plan first time, you can't draw directly section BB, which is aligned with this plan. Then to draw the other section here, you have to copy this plan, rotate it as I do, and draw the section which is aligned with this plan here. It is the same, but here I rotate it by 90 degree to draw the section AA. This is section AA, this is section BB. So try to revise your information when you draw this plan. And try to draw the sections and get the ability to imagine this section. Just few points when you start a new drawing. Actually, this drawing here has centimeters dimension, not meters. So when you start, as I told you before, that this area has 850 centimeters large and 1,265 centimeters length. So if I start a new drawing, if I click on plus to start a new drawing, so I can see this plan here. Just need time. Okay. So this is a completely new drawing. I want to deactivate the grid. Okay. How I start this drawing? When I want to draw the plan first. First, actually, I can do it in many ways. I can start by a rectangle. I give the command rectangle. He asked me to specify first corner. I will say that it is the point 0, 0. This is the start point. Enter. Now he asked me to specify the next corner, the other corner. I will select dimension option because I know the dimension of this rectangle. The length of rectangle here is with the axis X. So the length is 850 centimeters. I write 850. Enter. Then he asked me about the length. It is 1,265 centimeters. Enter. So I can see he draw a rectangle, but I can see nothing here. If I make zoom, I have to click this side or this side. So I click on this side. So the rectangle is completed, but I have to make zoom. So this is the plan, 850 centimeters by 1,265 centimeters. Here I have to define some information related to units. First, I have to go to format, units, format units. I have to say that this drawing is not by its inch is by default. I will put it centimeters. Centimeters, it is the units of this plan. So I define centimeters here. Precision, I can choose 2 decimal. Easy. Okay. Also, to keep this axis at the corner, I can go to view, display, UCS icon. I remove this checkbox. So this axis will stay in the corner. So this is the area of my plan here. I start by draw a rectangle. Then I have to continue. The wall thickness here is 20 centimeters. So I can first create wall by using offset. So I can click here and create offset. Offset distance, it is 20 centimeter, which is here I have to write it 20 because it's by centimeters. Enter. So I can draw another line inside. Sure, you have to create your layers. So I will draw my line in layer 0 now. For dimension, I have to create a layer dimension as we did before. Enter. It's better to explode these 2 rectangles. I want to keep them as lines. So explode here. So it becomes lines, not rectangles. So you can see that I start my drawing by the exterior rectangle. Then I have to start draw the columns here, the column. I can see columns which have dimension 30 by 40. So I will start drawing this column here. So I can come here and say rectangle, start from this point. The next point, I can specify dimension. On X, it is 40 centimeter. on Y it is 30 centimeters. Okay, so just I have to select this. I click in this side, so I draw this column. Then I can sure modify this line, keep them at the limit as this. So the next column here, I can draw it. It is also 30 by 40. It has a distance from this column, from this point to this point. It is 310. But 310 till this point, I can increase it by 20 centimeter. It is 330 from this point to this point. So I can come here and click on this rectangle, copy. The base point is here. The next point, I have to define it. The next point, it's if I click on ortho, so I keep this distance, I write 330 centimeter, enter. So it is in its place. To remove this line, I have to use trim. So if I click on trim, limits is this, enter. I click inside in this way. So I can continue my drawing. I have many ways to complete this plan. So try to complete this plan as a revision to your previous information. So you can start by this. You can modify after. You have this. This plan is available on Moodle, week 11, requested drawing. So I put it as PDF. So please complete it and control your dimension settings, control your layer. Here you can see that I have layer for dimension, layer for hatch, layer for text. You can organize your drawing as you find appropriate. It's up to you. Here I am. Okay. Now, after completing this drawing, you have to start drawing sections. To draw sections, I advise you to start by construction lines. You go to draw, and you add construction lines, vertical construction line. You draw line here. To see this, you need to see also this point, because you have the wall. This point you need it. You need this point. You need this one and this one. Enter. So here, by using construction line, you take all alignment you need. You can see here, I start from ground floor, which has 70 centimeters up the ground, which are representing these 4 steps here. So to start, you can draw a line from this point to this point. This is first line you draw, the first floor, the ground of first floor. Then you can draw a rectangle here. The height of one floor is 350 centimeters. The height is 350. The height from this point till this point. Slab thickness is 25 centimeters. So the height of floor, if you take dimension, it is from this point here to this point. This is the height of floor, which is 325 centimeters plus 25 centimeters slab thickness. So here I create first line. I can use offset to create the other 2 lines. I can offset this as I write it 350. So I create an offset here again, another one here. And so this is the slabs. Then I can create another offset which has 25 centimeters, the thickness of slab for this one here. and for this one here, enter. So here, in this way, I create the slabs. Then I continue creating doors. Here I have walls. I have to create walls. Sure, the walls, it's coming from, if I draw rectangles for wall, for example, it's coming first wall from this point to this point. This is the wall, number one, enter. Another rectangle for this wall from this point to this point, enter. Same thing here, from this point to this point, enter. So I draw walls. It's enough. I can draw just one floor and copy this floor completely, put it on there, and then for the next floor. So I create this wall. I can add hatch, for example, for walls. I select this hatch type, for example. If I click inside, I can hatch it, but here it is centimeters, so I can make the distance here 10. Then I can create hatch here. This is first wall. This is second one. This is third. Enter. So this is walls. I have to draw this door here. The door height is 2 meters, so I can take line, start from this point. I go up. If I activate also, I go up 2 meters. That means 200. Enter. And I come here to this point. Enter. Okay. So this is the door here. This is my door. After that, if I create this, I can remove those construction lines. And, dimension line delete. Okay, so I create one floor. I have to hatch this slab. So here I need to draw a line to close the area for the slab from here to here. And I take it from here. If you click hatch is too dense here, I can make it a little bit lighter. I make distance 100, so I can see it in this way. It is better. So you need to hatch the slab by solid, for example. Click inside. So this is this. The second floor, you can copy all these elements, copy, selection. From this point, you put it here. So in this way, you create the second floor. This line. So in this way, you create the section. You can complete this here. It is a staircase. When you look here, a staircase, you can see it. If I start, this is first pass, second pass. I arrive to first floor. Then first pass, second pass, I arrive to the roof. On the roof, I have a height here for staircase. I have to keep the door here. So the height here is approximately 2 meters 20. 2 meters 20, I will see it. If I see the door, if I look from here, I will see this door. So I will stop now and I will ask you to complete sections. You have the drawing, you can complete it. And next step is to draw this section and this section. You can use your plan to take the alignment between the plan and the section. I will stop recording now and I will give you the opportunity to ask if you need some clarification. Okay, stop recording.